Still trying to catch up on our videos here. So this is day 7 in the saddle, right? That's what I was saying on the
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday's day 8.
Day 8 in the saddle. Okay, so if I show some GoPro video here and I talk about day 7, I'm just wrong. It's day 8. So day 8 was waking up in Halifax this morning, which seems, I mean, every day seems
a long
like
time
a long
ago.
time ago. Can't even think about when we left Toronto. That seems like forever ago. But yep, woke up in Halifax, and our goal is by the end of tomorrow night we have to get to North Sydney, which is where we take the ferry to Newfoundland. So today the goal was to kind of get to some middle-ish spot. A couple seemed like options, something called Guysborough and something called Port Hawkesbury. We didn't end up in either, but
We're close to Port Hawkesbury.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so we
22k from the causeway, something like that.
Yeah, we're pretty close. So we took the highway out of Halifax. I think it's called 107. So for the first 40k or so, it was just blasting. Doesn't it become 7?
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah. We were on a highway.
So many numbers.
Highway for a while, and it's about 40k, which wasn't a lot of fun. It was just through trees, highway blasting. But then we actually got on 7, which is the coastal road, and that was great. All along the south coast of Halifax, of Nova Scotia, sorry. Often coming to the coast and then going away a little bit. Initially, the roads were good. They were fun. I mean, it's always a little broken up in the Maritimes just because of the frost heaving and stuff. But it was pretty good. Where do we have lunch?
At was it Henry's house or something's house? Hellman's house? It was delicious, whatever it was.
Yeah. It was sort of, I guess you'd call it a gastro pub or a brew pub. And of course, we're not having any alcohol while we're riding for sure. So we didn't get to enjoy the brew, but we did have. I had a fantastic mushroom ravioli. Again, lunch is often our bigger meal, and you had like an all-day breakfast sandwich.
Sandwich with home fries and
just delicious.
Fried tomatoes, which were delicious.
Yeah, they were again very nice, very friendly people. It just seems to be a theme, and that was a great lunch. And from there we were headed towards Guysborough. So shortly, Susan and I will be coming into a town called Guysborough. We got a little story about this town last night. Apparently some ultra-rich dude found his way to Guysborough. Who knows? Maybe he was on a motorcycle odyssey. We don't know. But he came into this town and he thought it was so beautiful, he loved it so much, that he bought up a big chunk of land. And then he created this sort of resort on it, which has a whole bunch of yurts, a distillery, a brew house, hot tubs, etc. And Dave from Dave and Chantel, Dave had been to this place and he said it was absolutely beautiful. So we briefly considered doing a yurt tonight, because sometimes campgrounds have yurts and they're just a little bit more than a standard site would be. So we thought, that sounds alright. But over lunch we checked into these yurts, and these are not your standard yurts. I guess not anyway, because they're $280 each. Ooh, that was a sharper corner than I expected. Nice roads there. Holy. And so that's why we elected to move on to a campsite instead. And we should be getting back to our camping anyway, so we're quite proud of our decision making. Susan and I have been really surprised by these roads around basically all afternoon that we've had in Nova Scotia. We kind of thought when we came up from the coast maybe the roads weren't going to be so good, but I guess there's some sort of mountainous area, not mountains, but somewhere between hills and mountains, and lots of curves. Roads are then not in the best repair in some cases. That's just how it is in the Maritimes. They have so much frost, it's hard to keep the roads in good shape. But my goodness, curve after curve, lakes, well, probably not lakes, more like coves and bays. Interesting little things along the road. this place, which is high class camping, in well, it said Port Hawkesbury, but it turns out it's actually in a place called
Monastary.
Yeah, the roads between where we were for lunch and Monastary were fantastic. You know, not Vermont, but not Vermont.
A lot of twisties.
A lot of twisties, a little more bigger twisties maybe, but still great curves, oceans, mountains, rivers running beside us. You know, just really kind of cool stuff, and we enjoyed that. It was a bit of a long day. We stopped again at Big G's.
Yes, and had a coffee.
In Guysborough, had a coffee, and just we'd gotten a little cookie in Halifax, an oat chocolate cookie.
Oat
and
cake.
We sometimes have something like that, or like the idea of having that to give us a little bit of sugar just to get us through to that last.
It didn't have much sugar in it.
No,
but that's okay.
But that stopped the coffee and the sugar, and we made one other stop. So David mentioned this I guess resort that included a distillery and brew pub and the glamping stuff and hot tubs, and he said you should have a look at least. So we went down the road where it was and stopped in, and eventually got a chance to have a look into this place, and yeah, it was cool. And from there we just headed here, and we made it here. And when we made it here, once again, there's like nobody tenting. They all think we're crazy to consider tenting.
And we were going to tent at first.
We were quite proud of ourselves for deciding we're going to get back to tenting. But then when we got there, Sue said, "You don't have like yurts here, do you?" And he said, "No, but we have these cabins, these glamping cabins or whatnot." And what turned out, they weren't that much more than a campsite. And given that we have to be on the ferry and we don't like the idea of packing away wet tents, we decided we would do it. We would splurge that little extra money and get this glamping tent cabin. We love it. I mean, if you're ever in this area, high class camping, get the cabin.
It's basically a bed, table, and a fridge. There's no cooking. There's no kitchen. There's no bathroom. But there's a little heater.
Little space heater.
There's bedding.
Nice bed. Look at this bed. Beautiful, nice bed. Even comes with pillows.
Yeah.
Which we didn't have for our camping. Yeah, it's got the basics. It's got everything you need. It's warm. It's dry. Plus, we can leave the bikes mostly packed. So in the morning, we don't have to pack everything up. And so it was just a little luxury that we went ahead and went with. And so that's where we are now. Tomorrow's the exciting day. Well, it's not the exciting day. Maybe I wouldn't say that. But anyway, we're going from here to North Sydney.
The next day is the one that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so that's when we leave for the
I think it'll be interesting to go across on the ferry. We've never done the ferry. I've never done the ferry. You did it once.
Yep. So we have a cabin on the ferry. This one.
Yes.
The one on the way back is a time we're sort of dreading.
We tried to get a cabin, but it was too late.
And it's a
17-hour crossing.
So we don't know how or where we're gonna sleep on that.
The first one's a 7-hour. The one on the 17th is a 17-hour.
Yeah. So anyway, the 7-hour will be fine. We have a cabin. Everything will be great for that. And well, you'll hear more about that when we get there. But we're looking forward to that. So everything is going well. Bikes are holding up. Bikes are doing well. We're having fun. It's all cool. So thank you again for watching, and you new people that are watching, we're meeting people and they're saying, "What are you doing?" And we're giving them the address and they're subscribing, and it's really cool. So if we met you on the trip, fantastic. Thank you for kind of coming along for the ride. Please post comments. We love to hear what you guys are thinking.
And you've helped make our journey more interesting.
Every person we meet, it's so cool. All the people we've met and got to really like and enjoy, and it's like people have become friends, which is really, really cool. So more of that to come. We're just beginning our trip. So come along with us and find out what we're into next.
Peace.
Peace. What are you doing?
I am looking up designated dark sky preserves across Canada.
Dark sky. So, sorry about that. So, like, kind of like when we collected covered bridges?
Yes. The last time we did our tour, we collected many. Apparently, there are more per capita in New Brunswick than anywhere else in the world.
So that became an excuse. We just kind of picked covered bridges, and that governed our ride. So now we seem to we're on a larger scale, national.
There are 13 designated ones across Canada, and we're going to try and hit as many as we can.
Yeah, some are quite far north.
Yeah.
But they have like northern lights and stuff. We love, but no, that's not gonna happen. Oh, did one of them get in touch with you? No.
No.
Okay. So Susan's like checking out these dark sky, including where was the darkest of the dark sky?
It was at Grasslands,
which was
in Saskatchewan.
So this is kind of what I like about this. Like, imagine how ridiculous of an odyssey this is. We can be sitting here in Nova Scotia, and she finds this place in Saskatchewan, and we're going to try to go there. We're just going to see if we can put it on our route. So, Saskatchewan, if you're watching, we're coming for you. And your darkest of the dark sky.
Actually, first, hopefully, it's Terra Nova National Park.
Which is Newfoundland.
In Newfoundland. That's the first one we're going to run into.
Do we know where that is in Newfoundland?
It's further over towards St. John's, I think.
Okay.
I'm just looking for it now.
So this is a glimpse of, sort of what's happening as we're kind of hanging out at night and relaxing and starting to think about the journey ahead. And it sounded pretty cool to me. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I can't wait. I just hope we get a clear night. That would be nice.
We're going to peace out. Peace out.
Peace out.